There's a quiet reason why people stop taking you seriously, and it's not about your intelligence. It's about the words you let slip, without thought, that slowly erode your credibility. Words that leak weakness, reveal fear, or signal a mind that stopped growing. Ever notice how some phrases build walls between you and respect before you even realize it? The Stoics warned, better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Your speech shapes perception, and perception shapes your life. In this journey, we'll uncover 15 phrases that silently scream, "I'm not as strong as I want to be." We'll replace them with the mindset of those whose silence speaks louder than most people's words. If you're ready to live by higher values, not just talk about them, step into this challenge with me. Don't just learn the language of strength, live it. Phrase 1, I already know that. On the surface, it sounds smart, proof that you're informed. But in reality, it's a subtle confession that you've stopped being a student. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations to impress others. He wrote them to remind himself again and again of the same truths. Wisdom isn't a destination, it's a practice. The strongest minds revisit fundamentals because they know mastery is built through repetition, reflection, and humility. When you brush off advice just because you've heard it before, you're avoiding transformation. Don't protect your ego at the expense of your growth. Next time, instead of "I already know that," ask, "What am I missing?" That shift turns arrogance into wisdom and wisdom into strength. Phrase 2, that's impossible. Most times, this isn't about the task, it's about fear. The Stoics taught that discomfort is not an obstacle, but the path itself. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Intelligent minds don't wait for perfect conditions. They start with what's in front of them. Instead of declaring defeat, break the challenge into smaller pieces. Fear hates momentum, and every step forward, no matter how small, is an act of defiance against self-doubt. Replace "that's impossible" with "what can I do right now?" You'll find most impossibilities are only unattempted possibilities. Phrase 3, that's not my fault. Blame feels safe, it shields your pride. But every time you reject responsibility, you give away your power to change the outcome. The Stoics focused on the dichotomy of control, what you can influence versus what you can't. Intelligent men don't waste energy defending their innocence. They channel it into improving their response. Owning your part, even in someone else's mess, builds internal integrity. It's not about guilt, it's about capability. The man who says, "that's on me," earns trust because he values progress over pride. Phrase 4, I don't need help. Modern culture glorifies the lone wolf, but true strength is collaborative. Epictetus said, "It is impossible to learn that which one thinks one already knows." Refusing help doesn't prove independence. It proves pride is in control. The strongest men delegate, seek counsel, and share burdens. They understand that leaning on the right people doesn't make them weaker. It makes them unstoppable. Asking for help is not a confession of weakness. It's a commitment to the best possible outcome. Phrase 5, I'm too old for that. Age is not the barrier, belief is. Seneca urged, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. Saying, I'm too old, is resignation disguised as wisdom. Your experiences give you patience, resilience, and perspective that youth often lacks. Whether it's learning a skill, starting a venture, or changing your life's direction, the clock is not your enemy. Your hesitation is. Replace "I'm too old" with "Why not now?" and watch how possibility re-enters your life. Because in the end, the strongest and wisest men are not defined by the years they've lived, but by the courage they show in the years they have left. Phrase 6. I'll do it later. This is the silent killer of potential. Procrastination wears the mask of strategy, telling you you're just waiting for the right time. But the Stoics knew time is indifferent. It moves whether you act or not. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. Later rarely comes, and when it does, it's heavier, harder, and often too late. Replace "I'll do it later" with "I'll start now," even if it's small. Motion builds momentum, and momentum erases excuses. Phrase 7. That's just how I am. It sounds like self-awareness, but it's often self-sabotage. Carl Jung wrote, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." Saying, "That's just how I am," freezes you in your past. The Stoics believed in shaping character through deliberate action, not hiding behind fixed traits. Who you were yesterday is not who you must be today. Replace it with, "Who do I want to become?" and watch your identity evolve. Phrase 8. They're just lucky. Calling someone lucky is an easy way to avoid asking hard questions about your own effort. Seneca's truth cuts through this illusion. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Instead of envying someone's success, dissect it. Study their habits, discipline, and decisions. Let admiration fuel action. Phrase 9. It's not fair. Life is not a scoreboard, and fairness is not guaranteed. Stoics saw adversity as training grounds for virtue. Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Complaining about fairness gives away your agency. Instead, ask, "What now?" The question that moves you from resentment to strategy. Phrase 10. I hate people. This is usually pain in disguise. Marcus Aurelius prepared himself every morning to meet selfish, arrogant, and ungrateful people, not to become bitter, but to remain steady. Disliking humanity as a whole blinds you to meaningful connections. Replace "I hate people" with "I understand people are imperfect, including me." That shift keeps your heart strong without making it hard. Phrase 11. That's not my job. Boundaries matter, but using this phrase to avoid stepping up limits your growth. Marcus Aurelius believed if something is humanly possible, it's within your reach. Strong men take initiative, not for applause, but because their character demands it. Doing more than you're required builds capability and trust. Phrase 12. I can't change. Fixed mindsets are prisons. The Stoics trained daily in the art of transformation, knowing character is built, not inherited. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Change isn't instant. It's forged in small, repeated actions. Phrase 13. I'm not ready. Readiness is an illusion. Action creates readiness. Waiting for perfect conditions means waiting forever. The Stoics acted within the limits of the present moment, trusting that preparation grows through doing. Replace "I'm not ready" with "I'll start and I'll learn as I go." Phrase 14. That's just the way it is. This is passive acceptance disguised as wisdom. Stoics accepted what they couldn't change, but they never confused that with surrender. Challenge what limits you. Question what has always been that way. Replace resignation with resourcefulness. Phrase 15. It's too late. Time only moves in one direction, but meaning is created in the present. As long as you're alive, the story isn't over. Seneca urged, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Saying "it's too late" locks the door on opportunity before you even try the handle. Replace it with, "The best time was yesterday. The second best time is now." Closing. The language you use is a mirror of the mindset you carry. Strong, wise men guard their speech not to sound superior, but to live in alignment with their values. Each phrase you remove is space made for strength, clarity, and respect. Remember, true power is quiet, steady, and deeply disciplined. Speak like the man you're becoming, not the one you're leaving behind.